neighbors, welcome to the Shed Shop. In this edition of Let's Unpack a Saw we bought from eBay a while back. I just haven't had a chance to open it up. I need a coffee real quick first, bosses. Bear with me a moment. You know how it is around here. It's late as hell. It's like 11 o'clock at night. I'm tired as hell. You ain't gonna fire me. You know damn better. Stop with them threats. Deep six step chit, Rob Weaver. Neighbors, Dion had to go home because of a family emergency, but he's not responding to my text messages. And so, I'm wondering if he just decided he wanted to go home and made an excuse because he wanted to ride to the bus stop without me getting upset. I don't know. I have trust issues. Don't we all? But anyways, I got a lot going on. You see the whiteboard behind you, fool? I got Jimbus's 038 here. There's a little diaphragm inside the main jet that goes to the Venturi. That came out. I had a guy fix it for me. Jimbus's saw started right up tonight. And then I said, well, let's go ahead and pressure test the carburetor, because sometimes when you rebuild a carb and it's dry, it will fail the pressure test. And then once it gets gas running through it, it'll help seal it up somehow. I guess it causes the diaphragms to expand, or the gaskets to expand or something. Not really sure the science of it. But gas started spewing out everywhere and I couldn't see from where because the air filter was on. And so, unfortunately, we still have to wait for the carburetor rebuild kit to come in on the other steel 038 carburetor I have. I bought an aftermarket fuel filter for that saw. It doesn't fit. And so all he has is the old style screen filter that doesn't collect fines, and I can't find, well, I found an OEM one, but it's got the same depth that goes against the carburetor as the aftermarket one, and it just doesn't fit. The screw collars will not grab the studs. And so I'm not experienced enough in that saw to know why or what the situation is. Maybe you neighbors can help me. If you know, shall I show you? The OEM one on eBay looks just like this. See how thick that depth is? Okay, right there, right here. Okay, and see how thin this one is. Okay, these collar screws right here do not grab the studs right here on the saw. Okay, they don't grab it. And so I don't want to spend $50 on the OEM one if it's not going to fit. My other saw has this same air filter. I really don't like these. They don't catch fines. Your saw's at more risk of blowing up, getting particles in the carburetor. So, Jimbus, if we don't find you a mesh one or a cloth one, you're just gonna have to make sure you clean your air filter after every use. Hopefully, when we rebuild the other carburetor I have, it will work and we can get Jimbus' saw to him finally, because the chainsaw redeemer does not like when he can't get people their chit, especially because of bad luck, and more bad luck. I have here neighbor Andy's 288 XP. I got the coil in for that finally. It's aftermarket, but OEMs are hard to find, and when you can find them, they're extremely expensive. And I don't know if he's even going to pay for that coil or not, because he already paid his bill a while back. And then the other part I ordered was we needed a cooling plate. Okay, I chose, instead of a muffler gasket, to get the cooling plate. You can do one or the other on that saw. I've got neighbor Hayes 291. His grommet came in early. Wasn't supposed to be here until January 2nd. So hopefully tomorrow, if I don't take my day off, I'll be able to finish breaking that saw in without issue. I've got my 250 and my 390 that I've gone through everything except replacing coils. They just won't idle. Both of them. Same thing. I just built a 391. It's not the prettiest one in the world, but I'll test that tomorrow. 025 air filter covers are on back order. And even though they're marked 025s online for the aftermarkets, they're only going to fit your MS250 because they're rounded, not squared. Okay? I've also built a couple of 271s recently. One of them I'm just waiting on. Shall we see what we're waiting on? Let's see. Oh, we need clutch springs and an AV mount. And we need to get, dig out somewhere we have collar screws for those top covers for when they pop out. They're replaceable. They don't stay into the top cover, but they're replaceable. Okay, so I bought a bunch a while back, but I don't recollect which one of my many organizers of hardware I put them in. So that being said, there's a lot more. I'm sorry I haven't given you a Shed Shop update recently. Just fighting depression. I've recently told you guys, which was hard for me to be open about. I've been diagnosed with bipolar, intermittent explosive disorder, situational anxiety, situational depression, manic depression. I have insomnia really bad. And I always am open about my physical ailments. But it's impacting me more and more lately in life, and I'm letting things discourage me that shouldn't discourage me. I work real hard to do what it takes to get a YouTube video into the algorithm, and it's been weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks since I've had a video go into the algorithm. And I didn't start this channel to get thousands of views, and so that shouldn't bother me one bit, but for some reason it does. And so, did you dirty neighbors for being discouraged from that, and I'm sorry. With all of that, let's go ahead and get to work and see what the hell kind of saw we have in the box, what kind of condition it's in, if it matches the condition, and we might go ahead and tear it down. Would you like to see what it is? Go in the comments and tell me what you think it is. Take a wild guess. Here we go, neighbors. Here's our saw in a box. Okay, zoom me out a bit. Let's see what the hell we got. Feels like this is the top. A lot of people on eBay don't know how to pack check. Okay. I bought this saw because I needed some parts from it, but also in the hopes that it looked really pretty and the condition is unknown, and sometimes you can get lucky and the saw will have a good top end. I don't know if that's going to be the case, but we're going to hope. It's supposed to be completely assembled. Yeah, it does. It does look pretty, neighbors. I see a top handle. It's an arborist saw. Not a high dollar arborist saw, but there's our 193T. Damn, that fucking coffee gave me the hiccups. So, one of the things I needed was this air filter cover, and the ones online are very expensive, and I didn't want to pay what people are asking. Oh, that scrunch doesn't fit. I'm really, honestly, the thing I'm just discouraged about the most is Jimbus' saw. I'm so afraid stuff's going to go wrong once I send it out. And I'm working so hard to get things right. But like the fuel lines, I've lost a lot of money on that saw already. And it's nobody's fault. Just old saws are always a risk. But it's harder and harder and harder to get OEM fuel lines for that. And if you can find an OEM popping up on eBay, they usually want like $30 for it. And I just respectfully don't want to buy an OEM fuel line. But yeah, this saw does look pretty nice. It looks really low hours. Primer bulb looks good. This saw looks really good. It looks a lot better than the one I have over there. Would you like to see the one I have that I've been working on? It's not as pretty. Okay. So, this might be the one I try and fix first. This one's been completely assembled, except the last few parts that I need. But this came out of it, and the IPL does not show where it goes. And none of the mechanics I know where this goes. So, part of the reason I bought this saw is I need to learn where that part goes and remember. So, I purchased it partially for that reason. So, I do want to go ahead and just start looking at a couple of things. Let's see the compression. Yeah, it feels like it's got nice strong compression. I'm almost wondering if this bitch will fire right up. I don't like starting saws without fully inspecting them, but I mean, this thing just looks clean. It looks really, really clean. I'm kind of curious if it'll fire up. I don't usually try and fire up saws when I first get them in. Yeah, that's another thing I was missing, was this little grommet. But now I do see where that piece goes. I'm surprised I couldn't figure it out. There it is. I knew it went somewhere over there, but I couldn't quite put it together in a puzzle. Damn, my nose is running. Let me blow my nose, neighbors. Yeah, I feel like we should put some fuel in this and see if this bitch runs. Just kind of curious. Hopefully we don't blow it up because if it's been sitting a while, there could be some issues with the top end. I'm guessing it probably, if it does start, won't stay running, because my theory is we probably at bare minimum need to rebuild the carburetor. But it won't be hard just to switch a carburetor out. And I have zero chance of making money on this saw. Which in reality, I have zero chance of making money on any of my saws anymore, because it's hard to find the clientele that want refurbished. Everybody wants cheap used saws. You wouldn't believe how many messages I've had recently. Everybody wants a $100 saw. And then prices are all over the place. It's like an 046 pre-EPA, same year saw, both in the same condition. One of them went for $15.80, one of them went for $6.50. I mean, it flabbergasted me. Same size bar and chain and everything. So air filter is kind of constricted. I don't think we need it just to start it. Let's just see if she'll start. It's pulling fuel. It's pulling fuel difficultly though, so I don't think it'll start. But we'll give it a whirl. Let's see what happens, neighbors. It's not going to start. Not going to start. So, with that, I'm waiting on AAA batteries to come in for my light right here so I can see inside cylinders and stuff. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and, if I can find my wrench. I can't find anything today. Just one of those days. Which most days of my life are one of those days, unfortunately. Go ahead and take a look at our carburetor real quick. Ah, shit. See, that's how it goes, guys. Nothing new. Now my chair wants to tip over on me. So, mine, I'm thinking I got a brand new OEM sprocket for it. I'll have to take the recoil off to get that piece. But I also could not figure out. Let me see if this dust cover comes off easily or not. I thought it would. It's supposed to pop right off. But of course it doesn't want to for me. There we go. Yeah, I have a line missing right here. This return line here is missing from that saw, and I'm missing the elbow, and so that's one of the things I'm missing. I mean, this is a clean ass saw. It really is. It really is a clean saw for a used saw off of eBay. Kind of shocked, but that's why I bought it. I was hoping it would be a little bit of good luck there and start, but I know better than to think I have any chance at good luck. Just gonna kind of see if the pressure is building there. No, we're not getting fuel to come through, and there it is. So I'm willing to bet. Oh, we got to pop our choke lever off here, which can be kind of hard. Sometimes I'll just take my pliers there like that. Okay. Oh, there's our fuel. Damn, I pulled the wrong line. Okay, so now I've got fuel going everywhere. Okay, let me get that plugged up. Damn, did not expect that. I'm just kind of distracted anymore. So much going on in life, and I'm just trying to keep pushing through and persevere and not give up and stay positive and encouraged and motivated. But it's like all my fears of life are coming true. All the things I don't want to go wrong are coming true. I'm wondering how much of the cylinder we'll be able to see if we pull our spark plug out. I mean, this isn't a terribly hard saw to disassemble, but it's not the easiest in the world either. could always get my camera, my endoscope out, but that requires pulling the laptop out here, and it's just always kind of messy. And yeah, we can only see the top of our cylinder there, or our piston. Can't really see any of our cylinder, and you can't see through the exhaust port unless you open it up. But it looks like fuel went through. Looks like it did deliver fuel. So I suppose we could look at our carburetor real quick, see what it looks like. Okay. Lots of fuel coming out of it. Oh, well, it definitely has no diaphragm in it. This is not a, well, it is the diaphragm. Huh. Okay. Usually these are in addition to a diaphragm, but this is shaped just like the diaphragm. Normally it has a lot more open area on it. Of course, there's the dog wanting in. Hello, Fatty Bun Dance. I can't pet you. I have gas on my hands. Okay, so then we can, let me make this a little bit quicker. Let's see what our metering diaphragm looks like. Because when I am getting into this carb like this, my hope is that I find something that would cause the saw not to run in the carburetor. And there's fuel passing, so I know that's not the issue. And then my next hope would be that it has no spark, because the most important part, oh yeah, there's no fuel pass through. This thing is right stuck on there. Screen's clear though. That thing is right stuck. There we go. Oh, there is fuel in it. It's very stiff, but there is fuel in it. I mean, I wouldn't see our carburetor being the issue of why it wouldn't start. So, I'm kind of nervous to, I really am kind of nervous to keep trying to start it without inspecting the motor. But let's go ahead and see if we have a spark. Okay. Here we are. Use our cheap little spark tester here. I do need to figure out how to use my other one. It's just, I have this one that's supposed to test the level of the spark, but I can't figure out. I've never been able to get it to work no matter where I connect it on a saw. It just never seems to work for me, so still trying to figure it out. It didn't come with any instructions. I can't find a YouTube video on it. But one of you subscribers recommended it to me, and so I bought it. Because this one, like even now, is just a pain in the ass. Just a super pain in the ass. Yeah, it's not going to work on this saw, I don't think. Ah, you cocksucker. Well, I think I got it. Let's see, we're flipped on. Let's flip a light off, see if we have spark. No spark. And I know it's connected. It feels connected, damn it. No, it came off again. Damn, I hate this shit. Hate my life. Ah, you fuck. Because it has spark. I've inspected our carburetor, and it doesn't look terrible. I've replaced the pump diaphragm, and I even tried pouring a shot of fuel. The saw has spark, and it won't start. And so we're just going to go ahead and disassemble it to the point of getting our motor off, so we can see if it has a roached motor. It has seemingly good compression. And the way this motor is set up, you can't just look through the exhaust port to see if you have piston scoring. And my camera probably would fit, but I don't feel like digging the dragging the laptop out here and messing with the big cord camera. So I'm just going to go ahead and take the saw apart and see what we're working with. Okay, so take your clutch cover off. All right, go ahead and get you a 13 mil to take your clutch off if it will come the first shot. It did. Okay, sprocket, needle cage bearing. You got to pop your bumper strips off here to get the dust cover. Okay, put those in there, put that in there, and it's going to be a T20 for your dust cover screws. Be 3 of them. Actually, it looks like this one. Nope, it's 3. Okay, pop your dust cover off there. Your worm gear will come out too. Okay, trying to see, I don't have a dust cover. There we go, dust cover. All right, looking at this, just trying to kind of examine my crankshaft seal there. I also didn't drain oil. I don't think it has any fluid in it. Okay, no oil, so we don't have to worry about getting squirt with oil. So we can go ahead and take our oil pump off. Actually, probably going to need the impact for these. Don't recommend using an impact, you guys. I do it because I'm gimp. Okay, then your oil pump, pop it out of the way. I'm just going to leave it hanging for now, and I'll put this screw back where it goes. It actually looks like this has, it's weird, the motors are a different color than the engine pan. It looks like an OEM motor though. So either way, let's go ahead and pull our muffler. Okay, pull our muffler gasket. Okay, got a muffler bolt there that came with it. All right, and then come to the other side. We'll take our recoil off. I don't quite know how much you have to take off to just get the motor out on this saw, but I do believe once we take this recoil off and take the flywheel off, there's only a couple of other parts we have to remove to get our motor off. Okay, we don't even need to take the coil off, but we do need to take our recoil off, or our flywheel. Okay, so we'll loosen our nut, grab us our hammer, a pair of pliers to grab the flywheel with, lift the saw up. And that socket always goes flying, but I still do it that way. I'm not quite sure why. It just works for me. Okay, get our flywheel out of the way, and then we will unplug our spark plug boot here. Okay, feed that down through. Trying to think, yeah, we'll take our spark plug out. And this top, damn. 10 hours later. This top dust cover just kind of pops off. Just be careful, you don't want to break the tabs that holds it on. Okay, we'll have to pop our impulse off back here. Yeah, we will have to take our coil off, or at least a portion of it, because we don't want to pull the wires with our motor. So that one can come out. Okay, remove that wire. We'll just put that screw back in loosely. Then we're going to have two T27s down here. And then there'll be two more up top, right there and there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then nope, because we're going to have to take our impulse off. Yeah, see, I always seem to think I can get away with taking the motor off of these top handle saws without doing that much, but you really can't. And this thing wants to be an asshole. There we are. Damn, fucking hate the weather. My nose is so runny. I hate it. It drives me insane. I'm just going to pop my choke lever off here, and I find I can just grab it with some pliers and tap the pliers. It will usually come off. Okay, I had to get behind it to get it off. Okay, now I did put some fuel in this, so I'll have to drain that real quick. Okay, got our fuel drain, so we can go ahead and unhook our return line to our fuel there and pull our carburetor off. A little bit of fuel left in the line. Just unhook that like so. Okay. Remove that so we don't lose it. Oh, that's what that throttle cable I just had a few minutes ago went to. Where did I put that? I want to get that back with its right saw. Do those look the same to you? They do. That goes to my 193. It was on my workbench and I didn't know what it went to. Okay, now we'll take this grommet off here. Okay. And then just to make it easier, we'll go ahead and take this back screw out, because we're going to have to get our impulse boot through. Okay, now I think we should be able to pull our motor out. Let me see here. Oh, this is missing the shield in the back. Yeah, it looks like everything's off. But I guess maybe we have to take this cover off and completely remove our intake boot. It looks like. Okay, so there's going to be 3, I believe, T27 screws holding your intake boot on. And I don't have a compartment for that. And to get that other one is going to be a nightmare. Fortunately, I removed that top, or that rear screw there. Okay, that's that. And our intake boot should come off. Okay. And now will our motor come out? Yes, it will. Should anyways. There we are. Oh yeah, she's completely freaking roached. Would you guys like to see the inside? I can see from the muffler port. You guys probably can't see it, but she's 100% roached to hell. Which means I got done dirty on this saw. Spent a lot of money on this saw. That's what sucks. They can have good compression and still be roached. And this one looks like the cylinder is going to be completely bad too, as bad as it is. It's gouged out, that piston. Okay, so there's going to be no salvaging any of this piston or cylinder, I don't think. And given that this saw has that shield missing, I'm willing to bet it's been apart before. Yeah, look how bad that is. Both sides just completely fucking destroyed. And yeah, our cylinder is just horrible. Horrible, horrible. Okay, so that's what happens on eBay though. Yeah, the cylinder's really bad. Trying to see. It is an OEM cylinder though, that's a shame. So, that's the end of that. That's how you remove the cylinder from a 193T. And that's why you don't buy shit off of eBay, but this one's prettier. So, I'll most likely take my good motor off of this and put it on that. We'll see. Haven't decided yet. But, that's it for this video. How to remove a cylinder from a steel MS193T. Like the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, buy some merchandise, damn it. And be kind to one another. Everyone's facing a battle.